"Help us," Vance ordered as he hit the doors first. But he didn't wait for Enrique to follow, because he'd seen urgency. The footbridge, already elevated on the cove as the waters rose. River water pouring in sheets down the bank. Enough water on the surface of the earth for Jesus and the devil to walk on. And the trailer lying on its side, doors down. Once across the footbridge, it took way too long to reach the trailer. It was Baxter who'd come in to get Vance, and he too was slogging through the uphill swamp, his bald white head spattered with brown splotches. The mud and racing water kept taking the ground out from under him. The dimness of dusk had overcome the sky, even though it was still mid-afternoon. Above them, Slogan Sam was already on the trailer's side, which had become its top when it flipped, pounding on one of the windows with his heavy boots. When the trailer shifted and knocked Sam off his feet, he turned onto his stomach and started hitting the glass with his bare hands. Vance reached for the hammer at his belt and managed to keep his footing. The back of Sam's t-shirt accused Vance of lollygagging. "Pick up the pace." Baxter's 4x4, which had been parked right behind the trailer, was also relocated by the water. Its front fender had left a clear imprint in the thin wall of the trailer's backside. Baxter used the truck like a ladder and mounted the trailer in 3 bold leaps: bumper, hood, trailer. Vance followed him precisely, but landed less successfully. The slick surface sloughed him off. He threw the hammerclaw into the siding as if it were Mount Everest, and he was sliding into a crevasse, and his fall stopped. Baxter joined Sam in trying to break the glass, fists bouncing off. One of them might slice an artery if they actually went through it. Now, balanced on his knees, Vance pried his hammer out of the wall and glanced up, unprepared for the elevated view. The isthmus no longer existed. The blacktop road gone. The guardrails gone. The cove gone. The peaceful pool had become a roiling, angry current, a second river, a parallel twin to the Rondo. A vehicle bobbed in the violent waters, its 4 wheels pointing upward, pelted by stony raindrops that hit Vance's head, too. It was impossible for him to tell who the car belonged to, or if anyone was inside. "Back off!" Vance instructed as he crawled to the unyielding window. Baxter and Sam saw the hammer and moved. He'd removed the glove off his right hand to write on Danielle's plywood, and it was lost in the chaos now. In one bare-handed swing, Vance's blow shattered the glass and scattered it inside the trailer. The tool's slick shaft slipped out of Vance's grasp and followed the broken glass down. He quickly swept out the shards with his protected left hand and peered inside. The other men pressed close, blocking the precious little gray light. "Marcus!" Vance shouted. The trailer shifted under them all, just an inch, not forward or backward or sideways, but up. Water was a weightlifter who tested the barbell and then dropped it to adjust his stance, his grip, before throwing all his effort into the challenge. The trailer's tumble had knocked out the interior electricity, and though the sun had hours before setting, the grays were shades of charcoal within the trailer walls. The space still smelled of burnt plastic. Vance heard no evidence of shorted wires, no hissing or snapping or popping. He could see the general shapes of familiar things in unfamiliar locations. A swiveling desk chair's octopus legs, still spinning. A hulking metal desk thrown against the door, which was now the floor, which was taking on water. A pair of legs protruding from beneath it. A groan caught Vance's ears. It came from somewhere other than the desk. "Marcus!" he shouted. "Andy!" Vance lifted himself off his belly and gripped the window frame. He pulled his feet up under him and then let them dangle into the cavern below as he prepared to swing down. Baxter asked, "How are you going to get back out?" Sam said, "It's only 10 feet. The bigger question in Vance's mind was how he'd be able to get injured men out. He lowered himself into the tipped room. He hung by the window frame, sorting the relative darkness into meaning. There was nothing right about this place that he had stood in just a few minutes ago. A file cabinet that once stood by this window had shot straight to the other side of the trailer with nothing.